September 2022, Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Hi, this is Janet, and I'm Sly. Back in 2016, we both decided it was time to stop working, buy an RV, and start traveling the country and the world. And once the RV was pretty much the way we wanted it, we started our travels, and we've been doing it ever since. So join us as we explore this country and the world, and maybe we can even meet up with some of you along the way.
This week marks the end of the work on our new rental property. All the fixing up is done, and the place is cleaned and ready for new tenants, and now it's on the market. So we're back out to exploring and traveling. Our first trip took us slightly north of Titusville to explore some of the mangroves and the lagoons in this area. I will tell you, it is a pretty area. Even though it was a little hot, we had a great time looking at all the natural beauty. Our actual destination for today, though, was the Haulover Canal. This is a neat little canal because right down below it, underneath this bridge as a matter of fact, is a manatee viewing area. I didn't really expect to see any manatees. I was told that in the summertime they're rather scarce. But I will tell you, this little hole had tons of manatees swimming around in it. Janet and I must have spent a good half hour up here just watching the manatees swim around. You know, it's kind of relaxing sitting there in the shade and just watching the manatees play. They're really peaceful critters and they're fun to watch. The area up here at Haulover Canal, well, it's also a great area to drop a kayak in the water and do some paddling around. Unfortunately, in August and September, it is so hot out there that there is no way I really wanted to go out there in a canoe. Although, if we come back down here in the winter, or I should say, when we come back down here in the winter, I think we'll make a point of coming back out here, pulling out our kayak, and doing a little bit of paddling around. Of course, no paddling near the manatees. It's illegal. Leave them alone. Today's trip was lots of fun. So to top it all off, we stopped at the Outriggers Tiki bar and Grille and decided to have, of course, a drink of bourbon to celebrate a good day and putting our house on the market. After the drink, we headed on home, and it was just in time because the weather turned. The next day, the weather wasn't a whole lot better. It was mainly cloudy and we had some rain, but of course, we got the rainbows, which was kinda cool. And of course, the clouds were down just low enough that we even got a beautiful sunset. So, it was a good day. Our next trip took us back up to Playa Linda Beach. If you look out there, that's Cape Kennedy, and that is the Artemis 1 rocket sitting on the launch pad. Artemis 1 is going to launch on Monday, and we wanted to see it on the launch pad before it goes up. This launch pad is really close to the beach, which is why they closed the beach for launch. It's just too close. But the beach is open today, so we're going to hang around here, enjoy the sun and the wildlife and the surf. Today, the sun came in the form of a liquid. That's right, liquid sunshine. But hey, it's okay. We are just driving from the RV park over to the Tiki bar because a little rain is not going to stop us from, going to the Tiki bar and having a drink. As it turned out, the worst of the rain happened just as we were driving, because once we made it across the base and over to the Tiki bar, poof, it slowed down. At least it slowed down enough for us to get out of the car and into the Tiki bar without getting too wet. But then it picked up again. For a while, we had a nice lightning and thunder show, and Janet took some time to record it. Although, it's really hard to get a good lightning bolt hit. As soon as you stop filming, they're all over the place. But I think we got a few at least decent ones. Janet isn't a fan of storms, but me, I like them, especially if you're sitting under cover, having a drink, and just listening to the rain come down and listening to the thunder in the background. Of all things, I think that is kind of relaxing. But, everybody has their own thoughts on that. I think most people disagree because the Tiki bar, well, it wasn't very crowded. Just a few people there, but that's okay. It's a few days later, and Janet and I decided to go to Squid Lips for lunch. Squid Lips is a nice little restaurant that sits right on the river, giving you a great view out over the river. I decided to have some oysters, which I haven't had for a very long time, and Janet had one of her favorite burgers. All in all, we had a good time eating, drinking a very healthy pour of bourbon, and just watching the river go by. So I guess this is also a good time to tell you that Janet and I decided to go on a cruise, and of course, that means shopping. Janet needed a new dress. I like it. Anyway, back to celebrating, because the other good piece of news is that our house is now officially rented. And so that finally brings an end to these past 2 months of selling a rental property up in Navarre, Florida, failing to find one in Tampa, and finally buying one here in Titusville, Florida. And that is also where we end this video of our adventures over the last 2 weeks. It has been a lot of fun. Over the past 2 weeks, we met new friends, we explored some new places, and of course, we spent some quality beach time and tiki bar time. As usual, if you look down in the description below, you'll find a link to all the places we visited so that you don't have to work as hard as we did to find them. Janet and I had fun over these past 2 weeks, and we hope that you had fun watching this video. And we also hope that you will join us as we continue to explore this stop.